The initiative to remove Shmyhal was launched by us. A month ago, we collected signatures and started this process. In fact, the starting point, the final straw, the last drop was a hole in the budget of 450 billion. Again, as they say, this has never happened before, and here it is again. Last year, their deficit was 600. See a positive trend, a good government, they shouldn't have dismissed them. This year, they fell short by 450. Well, to be fair, last year they fell short in September, but this year the problem surfaced as early as April. The second important factor is that they failed to deliver the economic visa-free regime. Here is the expanded economic visa-free regime, the so-called one worth 3.5 billion, and in reality this is what the Europeans gave us at the start of the war to support the Ukrainian economy. And these guys couldn't even steal or guard it, they couldn't even manage to extend it now. Now they're trying to figure something out, but it's not really working. At the same time, we have a situation with gas storage. Only about 20% of the gas storage facilities have been filled. Our industrial production has dropped by 6%. As for the extractive industry, 15%. But that's okay, you can chalk it up to the war, occupation of territories, and so on. And in agriculture, it's minus 12% in the food industry. So we launched this process. In fact, it was going quite well, and I think that maybe not this week, but in August we would have wrapped up this issue. And then the authorities faced a question. There are two possible scenarios. Scenario number one, the opposition gathers the remaining signatures. They need 150 signatures. This can be done even without a majority, and after that the resolution would have to be brought to the floor. The problem is that even within Servant of the People, despite the fact that he's been there for a long time, he treated the Rada the same way they do in the president's office. In other words, nobody cares about anything. In both the bad and the good sense of the word, no one took anything seriously at all. There was no communication with the ministries and things like that. That's why in the end, even the servants were ready to vote for it. And basically, if this hadn't happened now, then most likely at the next meeting on the 19th in August, we would have sent him on a new political path. And realizing this, the office, for the most part, had no other options left but to remove him from this position themselves. Plus, this issue had come up for them before, and in this situation, it was already a dead end, a stalemate for them, so they went down this path. Plus, they cleaned out the cabinet of ministers. In fact, as of now, nothing new has really happened. Over there, Arakamia wrote who the next minister will be. I think we'll talk too. But let's wait until tomorrow and see. Because
let's see, to be honest, I didn't really know the old ones, but now I kind of recognize them.
This is what happened to us. One of our colleagues joked about the big moving of beds. Remember the old joke? In this situation, it's not just about moving beds before. There were single beds, now there are double, even triple beds. Because the Minister of Economy was merged again with the Minister of Agrarian Policy, as Leonid Danilovich Kuchma used to say, this has already happened before. Do you remember that? But this time they also threw in the Ministry of Ecology. All that's left is to add the Ministry of Space or Aliens, and then the list would be complete. And practically all the ministers are the same as before. The only thing is, they've gone so far that the Minister of Energy, Halushenko, who completely failed the energy sector, completely failed to fill the gas storage facilities, and together with Kovrakov, totally failed to strengthen critical infrastructure and protect it from Russian attacks. Plus, they failed the decentralization of the energy sector. So he showed such high results that he got a new position at the Ministry of Justice. Why the Ministry of Justice? Don't ask me, I don't know. Apparently, for one simple objective reason, the bench of substitutes is just so short that they are just shuffling this already worn out, already spoiled deck well, it's all they've got. Tomorrow we'll see first, there will be a vote for the Prime Minister, then there will be a vote for the ministers. And as for the ministers, we will demand a report so that the previous ones account for themselves, explain what they were getting their salaries for and what exactly they were doing during this long period. Today Shmyhal gave his report, but the way he did itatea, single tear, rolled down his cheek because they were really letting him go. At the very least, he should be exported. Well, I don't know, there will soon be a vacancy for Prime Minister in Britain, should be sent there. Because according to him, they did everything that could possibly be done, but twice as much It was especially funny how the mono-majority applauded. They gave a standing ovation, just like at the kindergarten recital. And it's just unclear why they then pressed the green button. If the Prime Minister was so great, why did they send him into resignation? To your question about how it was explained to them why Shmyhal was being dismissed, it wasn't explained to them at all, because in fact they found out from us when Shmyhal would be dismissed. What are the possible scenarios? Who among the ministers will be next?
Why is that? There should be some kind of internal communication with the office, right?
It's definitely one way.
So does that mean you have communication with the office?
No, thank God, I don't have any communication with the office, but I clearly understood when it was going to happen. Honestly, I'll tell you more my impression, I can't say for sure, but it seems to me, and there were such rumors, that Shmyhal also found out about it from a Telegram channel. So he understood that it was going to happen. But when we saw that photo of Zelensky and Svyridenko about how I supposedly offered Svyri first of all, I don't understand how the president could offer anything to anyone. According to the constitution, the guarantor of the constitution, I am sure that Volodymyr Alexandrovich knows the constitution, that he has read it cover to cover. The president does not nominate the prime minister. The prime minister is nominated by the majority, in this case, the single party majority. And the president essentially formally submits this candidacy to the Verkhovna Rada. That's it. But I think that Shmyhal found out that he would officially stop being prime minister from this very announcement, from that photo that was posted on the president's office Telegram channel.
Well, it's just simple and straightforward. I think it's clear. So, like, you really don't need to overthink it.
I see that you rate the prime minister's intelligence even lower than everyone else. Or what? In other words, you think like, Denys, that's it, thank you, you're free to go? He wouldn't have understood that. Or is seeing a photo with the future female prime minister more straightforward?
No, I think that when the president sends such a signal, he's not just sending Shmyhal away.
Is he sending a signal or sending Shmyhal?
He's sending Shmyhal away, but also signaling everyone to look at the pictures. Basically, everything is clear.
So we're living in comic book mode now.
Well, yeah, our politics have gotten simpler. It's a very simple signal.
Look, the main thing is our country doesn't get simplified or reduced, both in terms of territory and people.
So I'm looking at the list. Svyridenko, well, she was the deputy prime minister and minister in this government.
Of economy?
Yes. Pedrov was there.
So they're all the same people, not a single new one.
Kuleba, well, he was there. Taraskashka was a deputy.
Deputy minister.
In agriculture, kind of. Yeah, I think he moved. He was always clashing with the Poles.
In the economy.
Oh, in the economy.
Yes.
Matvey Bidny, sort of.
He was there.
He was there. Herman Halushenko, Minister of Initiatives. Kerchev, come back somewhere out there. Yeah, come back to Kyiv.
It's taken. No need to come back.
Tell me no, come back. Who is this new Minister of Energy?
Energy drinks? So the former Deputy Minister of Energy then became the Minister of Ecology.
Svetlana Garnicheva.
Yes, and now she has become the Minister of Energy.
Yes. So Denis Lutin is the Minister of Social Policy, Family and Unity.
Marchenko was a Deputy Minister of Finance. By the way, he's a pretty good Deputy Minister, competent. I have no idea why he decided to become the Minister of Social Policy. I think for him this is a one-way trip. And honestly, I feel sorry because from a professional standpoint, he was a high-quality deputy minister.
Natalia Kalmykova, Ukraine's veterans minister. Nothing changed.
Nothing has changed.
So, Ihor Klimenko, Minister of Internal Affairs.
Same.
Yes. Oxenlisovy, nothing has changed, as if...
He was definitely supposed to be gone.
Yes, that's what people were saying.
Look, even the committee was sure well. Even the committee was convinced that that was it. And they kept him. And do you know why they kept him? There's no one to replace him with.
So, Viktor Lyashko, well, he's unkillable, that's obvious. Serhiy Marchenko as well, and then Andrei Sibiha. But that's all clear, you know. Alexei Sobolev is the deputy who was in the Ministry of Economy.
Yes.
Denko got promoted, so...
Now he's combined as many as 3 ministries. The Ministry of Economy, the Ministry of Agrarian Policy, and the Ministry of Ecology.
Denys Shmyhal, Minister of Defense. I think after Umerov, this will be a plus than a minus. I'll even write an article about this today.